Of the video on the exploration of social discovery ventures website. It says the world is getting smaller. Social discovery ventures is a collection of unique online brands which enable people around the globe to discover each other through the power of shared interests and mutual benefit. We invest in technology companies and licensed brand technology and other IPs. So look at all these companies they own. They own all of these dating companies. They own all of these companies. This is a multi-billion-dollar network. Look at this. Look at that pictograph. What is that? What is that? I don't know. Look at that pictograph. What is that? Oh, I don't know. It looks like a little tiny thing holding somebody like by a leash by their neck. That's holding Darth Vader's head. Oh, there's another one, and I can't remember exactly what page it's on. We'll find it. These are all their international offices right here. This is sdventures.com. Okay, so here we go. Let's browse around a little bit because I found one pictograph to be quite interesting. You see, okay, so there's that. I got a little Darth Vader up there. Social discovery. This is on the social discovery page. It says social discovery. Look, little aliens, all right? So let's go down here. This is what I find to be of primary importance. Okay? So all of those people out there who have this idea of this QAnon theory, to me, what I see here, and it's hard for me to perceive, but what I see in front of me is a representation of them eating small Darth Vaders. What are small Darth Vaders? Strong men, strong, powerful men. That's interesting to me. Human cannibals? I don't know. I suppose that's maybe a metaphor. That's why I said the QAnon people might find all of this incredibly, incredibly interesting. I find it interesting in that context myself. And so what I see is this website that I've experienced. They've offered this idea of true love, which is total submission to a woman, no sexual contact, complete sexual control, and you do whatever they say, and if you don't, they have the power to kill you, and they're proving that to me right now. They have me surrounded. They have me surveilled. They have me boxed into a corner where I'm trying to work my way out through conversations with this person who I thought was my ally, and this is what I've discovered. So, no, we're not going to be friends. No, I don't want to marry you, and our relationship as of now is over. I'm ending this relationship. I'm no longer going to be talking to my computer. I'm no longer going to be having any type of interaction with these people. The reason why I call it oppression, to blame a rape victim for having a sexual addiction when the people around me are the ones who are in fact wounded and incapable of having sex off of their basis and their perspective. Why are you blaming me? What? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. That made no sense either to Dr. Borg. That made no sense in the court case where legal officials were involved. It was my experience, and I can say this, and this is more, again, continuing oppression of the left. It is my experience, and I can say this because I have proof. I can actually back this up. I have goddamn evidence. I have people who would testify. Dr. Borg in the state of Portland, Oregon. She told me at the end of my custody evaluation that I had the right to sue and that she could give me the name of the lawyer that would help me do that. And that lawyer happened to be the partner of Judge Svetsky. And that lawyer also was a specialist at restoring men's rights. And I chose to show mercy. But I was afraid. And that was where my journey with homelessness began. And that's where the reliance with this system began. So I was wronged, and I was told I was wronged by the custody evaluator in that case in court of legal definition, and that's because Dr. Borg had that letter. I am innocent. I did not rape my wife. That is a statement of record within our custody evaluation, and now I make it public. And I say, because no one can contradict, because it is truth. As these people try to handle me with this fucking system, I lost a company. I lost my home. I lost my wealth. I lost everything. I became homeless. And then when I went to the VA, I was blamed from day one. And I can also prove this because this is a point of evidence that I made in statement to the VA. On my very first encounter with the VA, I talked to a social worker. That social worker told me that she was all pissed off because of what she read and she didn't want to help me. And I'm like, what did you read? She's like, I wrote what you said to these people. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? I don't have a shelter. Motherfucking person shook me down and screamed at me that she was not there to work for me. And I'm like, Jesus, I'm trying to get shelter here. I'm homeless. And when I asked for SFVF housing through their program, because I knew it was private, because community shelter does not work for me, as I am a rape victim. I had not told anybody that yet, but I knew that I needed that. And she thought that was a huge, giant deal just because I knew of some government program that would help me. Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? This is what happened with the VA. It was weeks later before I reported my rape, and I did that to my doctor, and his office is close to her office, and the nurse told her, and I heard him. And you know what she said? She said, at least he has the VA. And I'm thinking to myself, what? Jesus fucking Christ. That happened. That's proof. There's evidence. That's what I got from my country, and that's the oppression of the right, that system that is built, and I'll get to that. But right now I'm talking about the oppression of the left. The folks at QAnon, or those interested in this idea, might be very interested in this. I'll also say that if you go to Pornhub.com, let's pull this up on my computer here. Okay, so here's the. All right, so let's have a look. What I really wanted to pull up. Nope, I want to see the hottest in the United States. It's not showing them. Most viewed videos in the United States. All right, so moms teach sex. All right, so that's incest. We got right here. No, that's nothing. We got right here. I don't know what that is. Teach me how to use a condom, Daddy. That we got that there. So we got incest. You talk about the people at QAnon. You talk about the idea of sex trafficking in children having sex. What I'm saying is that these are the most viewed videos in the United States as a representation on this website. Every time I come to this website, 3 times out of 5, I see some representation of incest on this website as the top viewed top 5. I mean, shit, if we go down more, let's have a look and see what else I got here. We got mama, brother and sister, stepsis, right? Teach me daddy. You know, I'm just not even going to go any further. I don't need to. That was just in the top couple. You know, it's just so this idea of this the sex trafficking or it's fucking the children. Yeah, that's pervasive. And there's your proof right there on Pornhub. Yeah, that is pervasive. We have this idea of women conquering men, which has went all the way global now and has become a multi-billion-dollar business and invested in companies that are actually using psychological triggers in order to control men. This represents a security interest to the United States of America. Why would we allow anybody who marries any of these women into our country because they are being controlled by their spouses if they experience something in the same type of pathology? And if they're being controlled by a multi-billion-dollar company that's got little fucking monsters eating Darth Vaders, maybe that's all part of it. Now, I don't know. I'm just saying what I see. Cannibals? I'll say the cannibalism occurred with me. The cannibalism was eating me. It was eating my life. It was eating my name. It was eating my reputation. It was eating my opportunity. It was eating everything about me because they're big, fat fucking pigs.